Hello, lovely. It's me, Maple, and welcome back to my Mindfulness 101 series. I am particularly excited for today's session because we're going to be talking all about connections. And I believe, at least personally, that one of our deepest needs as human beings is to feel connected. We need to feel like we're valued. We need to feel like we're appreciated and loved. And we need to feel like we have relationships that matter. And a lot of people might automatically assume we're going to be talking about relationships and connections with other people. And we will get there. But first, we're actually just going to focus on the connection that we feel with ourselves. I always love the analogy of putting on your own oxygen mask first. I've never really thought it was true when some people say you can't love other people if you don't love yourself first. I think it definitely is possible to love others even if you don't love yourself. But what I do believe is that the more that you care about yourself, the more you can care for others. The more you're compassionate to yourself, the more you can be compassionate about others. And the more that you feel connected to yourself, I think the more you can connect to others. Because love is not a finite resource. We can grow and make more space for love, no matter what our circumstances are. And when we feel good about ourselves, when we're able to view ourselves in a more positive light, it just becomes easier to view the world around us and the people around us in a more positive light as well. Now, easier said than done. We can oftentimes be our own harshest critic. I know that's true for me. And it can feel impossible to break out of these cycles where we view everything in the most negative way that we can. But I'm here to tell you that it is possible to break out of those cycles. And later in this session, when we're doing our guided meditation, we'll be going over some very simple and easy tools that over time can help you shift your mindset to a more positive one. And once we can view ourselves in a more positive light and treat ourselves with more kindness, then we can build and expand on that to include other people. And once we start treating other people with kindness, then other people are much more likely to treat you with kindness. And then it becomes even easier to treat other people with kindness. And then you'll be treated with more kindness. And so it becomes a snowball effect in a positive way, where it just becomes easier and easier to enforce this positivity and treat yourself and others with kindness. My personal favorite thing while researching for this video, because I had never really thought about it this way before, was just the fact that humans did not evolve to be happy. We evolved to survive. And so our brains are primed to focus on negativity, because thousands and thousands of years ago, that could mean the difference between life and death. And so nowadays, when we're in our office and stressed about a meeting, our mind can treat it in the same way as if we were being hunted down by a predator. It thinks over and over and over and obsesses about this negativity because it needs you to recognize it, because it's trying to protect you. We are naturally wired to focus on negativity, but over time, through practice, we can shift our focus from negativity to positivity. And I just want to take a quick moment here because a lot of the skills that we're learning in this series, such as kindness or awareness, a lot of people view these as traits that you just have a certain amount of inherently. So you might say that person A just is more kind than person B. That's just the way that they are. But I want to stress that these are all skills that can be practiced and improved upon. It does seem like a very abstract concept, and you might even be thinking, where do I even start trying to just be more kind? How does one even do that? But again, we're just taking very, very, very small steps. And I only want you to move on when you feel ready. I know that this series is kind of set up like a crash course, and there are a lot of complex topics that we're covering. But my idea is that once you've finished the 5 video series, you can then go back with your knowledge and then work on the skills that you want to work on the skills that you think are important at your own pace. And then when you feel ready, you can move on to a different skill. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling like there's a lot of information, that's okay. You don't need to get everything right away. I don't expect that of you. The purpose is to try and get one thing at least. And then the next time that you meditate, you can get one more thing and build upon it and build upon it. Because also, there's no end goal for things like kindness. It's something that can always be built upon. It's something that can always be practiced. It's something that can always change and grow. So why not start your journey right now? And we'll begin our guided meditation. First thing, as always, I'd like you to find a comfortable position, whatever that means to you. This could be standing or sitting, as long as you feel relaxed, but also alert to yourself and the world around you. You can choose to have your eyes open or closed for this meditation, whatever feels the best and natural to you. You can even experiment around if you're feeling up to it. We're going to start by doing a breathing exercise. For this exercise, I'd like you to count every 3 breaths. So what I mean by that is, on your first breath, I'd just like you to repeat in your head, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then on your next breath, I'd like you to go 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And then on the third one, 3, 3. And then I'd like you to go back to 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. You can repeat the number as many times as you'd like. You can breathe in whatever pattern feels comfortable to you. But take a few moments here just counting every third breath. Good, 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 good. Keep breathing in a breathing pattern that feels comfortable to you. And then you're going to set your intention for this session. Whatever speaks to you in this moment, whatever reason why you're attempting this guided meditation. It could be as simple as I want to feel more connected to myself. It could be as simple as I want to feel more connected to others. Or it could be as simple as I just want to feel more relaxed. Whatever feels right to you. Great. And just repeat that intention back to yourself a few times. Just a reminder of why you've chosen to do this meditation. Perfect. We're going to move on to a little bit of awareness because I'd like to build upon what we've done each week. So I'd like you to bring your awareness to your breath. Again, we're just breathing in whatever way feels natural to you. But resting your awareness here, I'd just like you to notice all the sensations that come along with breathing. I want you to notice how your own body feels as it brings air in and pushes air out. Feeling your chest expand and contract. Rise and fall. Good, good, good. Take a few more moments here just noticing and being aware of breathing in this moment. Good, good, good. Bringing yourself completely into this moment, feeling how it feels to be you, feeling connected to yourself in this moment. No one else matters right now. The only person who matters right now is you. We're going to start strengthening our connection to ourselves simply by purposefully choosing to think of the positives. So I'd like you to take a moment now and think about a positive trait that you admire about yourself. Something that feels very genuine. It could be big or small, but really think about this aspect of yourself and think about why you admire this trait about yourself. Good, 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 good. Now, think of another one. Something that makes you feel uniquely you. Again, it could be big or small. Perfect. And now, what about a time this week where you showed yourself some self-love? It could be as simple as brushing your teeth. I'd like you to think about a moment this week where you showed yourself that you cared about yourself. Think about how it makes you feel to know that you're willing to care about yourself, to know that you have the potential to care for yourself, to know that you have the potential to love yourself. Good, good, good. Just by practicing these small moments of recognizing the care and love and positivity that we can have. Over time, it can help us shift our focus from negativity to positivity and help us strengthen our connection with ourselves and others. We talked earlier about how it's natural to focus on the negative sometimes. So let's do a little exercise to show how we can shift that focus if we're being intentional. I'd like you to think about a recent time where you felt stressed or anxious because of a situation that you could not control. Maybe you were cut off in traffic. Maybe you were on hold with customer service for 2 hours. Maybe something broke right as you were trying to use it. I'd like you to think about this moment for you and really try to remember how you felt in this moment. Maybe you felt stressed or anxious, maybe sad or angry. Now, a lot of these things can be positive things sometimes. We've talked before about how stress can help us better ourselves or help encourage us in certain situations. But in these situations where everything is outside of our control, they serve us no purpose. The only thing that this negativity does in these situations is make us feel worse. So now I want you to think back on the same moment and think of what positive things you could have thought about instead. So, for example, if you were cut off in traffic, you could have thought about how amazing it is that you have the technology to drive in the first place. Maybe the weather was nice and you could have appreciated that. Maybe there was a beautiful sunset happening, but you were too preoccupied with being mad about being cut off. Or simply just appreciating the fact that you arrived home safe after that incident. So take a few moments now and really think about what positives happened in that moment. There are so many things in life that we can't control. But we do have way more control than we think over our own mindset and our own attitude. I'm going to stress this again because this is one of the fundamentals of mindfulness. Let go of things that you can't control and choose to approach the world with more kindness and appreciation. Let's take a couple deep breaths here. In and out. And in and out. Good. So back to thinking about ourselves with positivity. I'd like you to do the same exercise, but with a trait about yourself. I'd like you to think of something that you tell yourself is a negative trait, but can actually be a positive trait. So an example for me, I can be very emotional, and it's something that I work on with myself. But when you really think about it, it just means that I care a lot, and that is something that I value about myself. So, take a moment here. Think of something that you tell yourself is a negative, but is actually positive in some way. Fantastic. Just this small practice of purposefully looking for the positive can have a huge impact on your mental state. And this skill can eventually be used to find the positives in people that we care about. And then it can apply to strangers. And then it can even apply to people who we don't necessarily see in the best light. I did say that we're building upon these skills step by step. But let's take a second just to dip our toe into the deep end. I'd like you to think of someone who maybe you straight up don't like them, or maybe they're just a difficult person for you to connect with. Once you've chosen this person, I want you to really think about a genuine, positive trait that this person has. Obviously, this is going to be more difficult than if we were talking about a loved one, but I genuinely believe that every single person has some sort of positive. Good, 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 good. Treating people with kindness and respect when we feel like they don't even deserve it can be extremely difficult. But when we hold on to these judgments and negativity, it really just damages us in a toxic way because, again, it reinforces that natural view to look at things negatively. So by extending our compassion to people, even if we feel right and justified in not liking that person, it can be so powerful and help ourselves feel better. But again, this is steps and steps down the line. We were just dipping our toe in. So let's go back to an easier exercise to help close our session. I'd like you to think of someone who means something to you, someone who you feel is important, someone you care about and feel connected to. I want you to think about this person and why they're important to you, why you feel like this person is important to you. Think of a variety of traits that this person has that you admire. Maybe even think of something specific that they did recently. And now we're actually going to turn our thoughts actionable. Brainstorm a way that you can show this person in the near future that you value them. It could even be as simple as just sending them a message that says, "Hey, I appreciate you." But spend a few moments thinking of what you could do. See, with just a bit of purposeful consideration, we can strengthen our connections with ourselves and with others. As we close this session, I'd like you to take a few moments here to notice how you feel compared to the beginning of this session. Do you feel lighter, like a weight has been lifted? Does your mind state feel a little bit different than usual? Again, this is a practice, and that means that it will take practice. So if you don't feel a big change in yourself, that's fine. That's perfect. However far you got today is perfect for you, and you can build on that for next time. But this session is coming with a homework assignment. For every day this week, I want you to think of something that you appreciate about yourself. It could be a specific action that you did, or just a trait that you have. And I'd also like you to think of something you appreciate about the world around you. Again, it could be a specific thing that happened. It could just be a person you have in your life. Just one thing to be appreciative in yourself and around you. And before I go, I just wanted to talk a little bit from the heart. I haven't grabbed my sweater to be cozy because it's a little bit cold in here. But I've been trying to be very practice what I preach as I've been researching and preparing for this series, because I feel like I should at least be trying to embody the traits that I'm attempting to pass on to you guys. I know I'm not perfect, obviously. No one is perfect. And I know that I'm a beginner in meditation as well, but I've still been trying to hold myself to a higher standard, I guess. And I thought it was very interesting because for this session in particular, I had listened to a bunch of audios. I had read a lot of articles all about on viewing the world in a positive way. And then the next day, everything just seemed easier. I don't know. The day started out good, which, helps for sure. But I took time to appreciate that the day had started off good, because obviously I had just spent hours the previous day learning all about why positivity is good. And so I appreciated that the day had started off good. And then, like I mentioned earlier, it was just a snowball. Good things happened and I appreciated them. And then I worked very efficiently. And then I appreciated that I had worked very efficiently. And then I had time to message a friend and we spoke for a while. And yeah, so I guess I want to say the conclusion to all that is that it really does work. And obviously, I'm not expecting you guys to go out and listen to 4 hours of audios about positivity and then tomorrow's going to be a completely great day guaranteed. But I am saying that there are results if you do try. And one more thing to appreciate is that I just appreciate you guys, and I want you to do well. I want you to be well. So, yeah, I guess I hope that this works for you. I hope that you get something out of these sessions, out of this series, and I hope that you genuinely feel better about yourselves and the world as a result, even if it's just, a small change. Even if you don't stick with it, I hope that a piece of it stays with you, I guess. Anyways, thank you so much for coming along. Again, these are a very big passion project of mine, so if you did enjoy, please, please, please leave me a like and a comment and subscribe if you haven't. Why haven't you subscribed? I'm amazing. Yeah. Okay, well, that's where I'm gonna end that. Bye, guys. See you next time. Hey, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is a gentle reminder to take off your headphones or turn down the volume, since there might be a loud ad soon. And if you enjoyed this video, you should definitely go like, comment, and subscribe. But thank you so much for